Hi there. I just want to tell you about what we're going to be doing for our Sunday services. The 19th of July, for some people, was Freedom Day, when the government chose to relax all COVID restrictions and leave it up to us to choose how we went about doing normal everyday life. So, what we're going to do for our church services, people might be asking. Well, people have got different opinions. There's some people who just can't wait to be back to have the freedom to do everything they used to do. Others only kind of have the thoughts around their personal health and well-being and safety. Others have concerns around the really high infection rate there is in Bristol at the moment. So as we go back to our Sunday gatherings, we want to be both using the freedoms but being cautious in the way we do that. So here's what we're going to do. You may have heard that there's going to be two separate seating areas within church. The first area is going to be an area where we're going to maintain our COVID secure regime. So all along that's been seats 2 metres apart, wearing a face mask and not being able to sing. So if you're somebody who would be concerned about meeting up, particularly with the high rate, I think it's over 800 cases per 100,000 in Bristol at the moment, then you can book in for a COVID secure space and enjoy the service there in person. But for those of you that would feel, actually, I want to make the most of the release of restrictions. Actually, I want to be able to sing in church. I want to feel a bit closer and not so distant from people who I'm worshipping together with. Then the front half of the church, we're going to have seats that are going to be 1 metre apart. You can sing. But we're going to say, because of the high infection rate, that if you want to sing in that front half, actually wearing a face mask is what we're going to be asking people to do. Again, you might think, but we don't have to, and I know that we don't have to. Paul, when he is teaching the church in Corinth about how people with strong consciences and weak consciences, they're talking there about meat offered to idols, and he says, actually, for the sake of those that kind of are concerned about meat offered to idols, don't eat meat offered to idols. That's the loving thing to do. Actually, there's people who are concerned about COVID, the infection rate. Actually, for the sake of those people, actually, let's limit our own freedom for the sake of those that we're showing compassion and love towards. So, because of that, we're going to be serving tea and coffee outside still. When we come in, we would actually love everybody to wear a mask as you come into the building and as you leave the building. But if you want to, when you're sat down, if you're going for those seats with fewer COVID restrictions, when you're sat down you can take your mask off to enjoy the service without a mask. When you stand to sing, again, just put the mask on, and that would just be loving and caring for everybody. One thing people ask is, can I be pinged if I come to church? What if somebody at one of the services comes down with COVID? Do I have to self-isolate? Well, the reality is this: the government have said that in a church gathering, if there's more than 2 people who come down with COVID, NHS Test and Trace will contact the church. If you've given us permission for us to give your details, we pass the details on to them. They will then contact you to say there's somebody in the service who's tested positive for COVID. You don't have to self-isolate, but they recommend that you do have a test. So that's the reality. Now, the only thing is, so you can't be pinged by being at church unless, this is the thing, if you have the NHS app and you have Bluetooth enabled and you're in church and someone else who comes down with COVID also has the app with Bluetooth enabled, actually you could be pinged then. So again, make of that what you will. But just by being at church, unless you've got the Bluetooth enabled NHS app, you can't be pinged. So your holidays will be safe. You don't have to self-isolate unless you catch COVID, in which case you do. Now, I hope that makes a bit of sense. We'd love to see you. Actually, we're so pleased that there's the ability to sing together and worship, but again, a little bit of concern that particularly within Bristol, it's one of the highest rates in the country for COVID transmission at the moment, so we want to be cautious and loving as well as enjoying the freedom that we can enjoy. So we hope to be able to see you at one of our Sunday services over the August period. In September, we'll review all that's happening, we'll see those rates, and maybe our Sunday services may change in September. But thanks very much, and we look forward to seeing you one of these coming Sundays. Bye for now.